And welcome back to another episode of the Kerrnel Does Feed the Beast. We are on the Trek Ultimate server. Thank you for joining us. So I found a new toy. This is... what is this? This is the hang glider from Open Blocks. You can't really fly with it. You can really just go down. Down into the sides and forward, and that's about it. You can't climb, but it's kind of neat. Not sure what value it has unless you're in a high vantage point, but it's kind of cool. Anyway, so I have been messing with this for a bit now. So I've got my chickens up there, and they lay eggs, and they should go into the dropper or in the dispenser, and it should eject them out. So check this out. Oh. I just got hit with one. So if I put this back, right, and you've seen this probably in the last couple of episodes, that it doesn't appear to be working very well anymore. Like, I've pretty much stopped production. And I think something might have gotten screwed up in the upgrade, and I have to probably need to get with Trec. So, okay, so you just saw that, right? So, I have 53 arrows on me. Alright, so let's grab that. Let's grab that. I now have 55 arrows on me. What's happening, it appears, is that the dispenser is firing out... oh, that's right. It's in here. The dispenser is firing out the eggs, and somehow they're turning into arrows. And they're getting stuck in the slab, and basically no eggs are coming out. They're going into the dispenser as eggs, but they're coming out as arrows. It's the weirdest thing. So I don't know if it's, again, if it's a configuration file issue or something, some block or something's gotten mismapped, but I do need to get with Trek, I think, on that, because that shouldn't be happening. And actually, if I sit here behind it and I watch it, you'll see eggs come in and then go out like that. And if I go in the front, I guarantee you there's going to be an arrow. Yeah, there is. There's an arrow. So I need to get that fixed, because that's that's obviously very broken. Okay, so we've got the cable run. We'll let this run until it's done, and then I think we'll turn that off. But right now that I think of it, I can't remember if I turned the stupid magma one off. I did. Okay. So I added in the other 4 that we got in our kit. So we've got 5 total. So we should be generating 5 times 8. So what, that's 40, 400 RF, which is roughly about 40 MJ, which should be plenty. I've got this run all the way up. And actually, I think I need to go pick up a couple of guys that dropped down here. Maybe not. Oh well, I guess I lost them. And there we go. Our AE is online. Sweet. We're getting 4 MJ, 4.5 MJ. Probably it's not the best. We certainly, I think, will need more. But for now, we can live with that. And I want to make sure that we're still generating a surplus of fuel. And it looks like we are, which is good. Tick up again. There we go. So we're still generating a surplus of fuel. So that's awesome. And we can turn these guys off. This guy doesn't use power, I don't think. This guy doesn't use any. Induction smelter, I don't think drains any. We'll have to wait for that to finish. And actually, this isn't going to drain any either. So we should be good. We won't have to turn anything off. The magma will leave off. We're not accumulating any, obviously, because we're not pumping anything from anywhere. And what did I do over here? I can't remember. Oh, I made some Invar. That's what I did. And I, just in case the clocks were causing any lag, I decided to stick them in a chest rather than keep them out in the world. So let's see. Do we have anything in the chest? Just a few left over. So the Invar it works the same way as the Electrum ingots. In that you put 2 iron, I think it's 2 iron and 1 silver? Maybe? Possibly? I can't remember. I think it's 2 iron and 1 silver. Or ferrous, which converts into silver in your inventory. So you put that in there and it will combine it into ferrous, which is awesome. So we still don't need the alloy smelter. We probably won't completely ever need it unless we need to do something specific with it. But in the meantime, we fat, dumb, and happy with all this setup. So I mean, it's generating fuel very slowly. But this will at least provide us with some basic ore processing and allow us to set up a couple of farms so we can at least get to the golems now and see if we can get our tree farm set up and automated so that we can generate that. We're not going to use steam this season, so we're not going to be using boilers or anything like that. For EU, we're going to probably be using the wood from the farms to provide power, but I may not end up doing that. We'll have to see what we're gonna do. And I'm not even sure if we can convert this into EU. So we have to look at what our options are, because we're going to need EU to do a lot of things. And, you know, maybe the solution is we just continue to process things and build some other types of power generation. But for now, we are going to now go over to our volcano, and see if we can get things set up so that we can get our golems working and get our tree farm set up. So I will be back in a moment once we see if we can get that set up. Alright, Golemancy. So we are going to make some golems here. And actually, I've already made 2 of the flesh golems. There's a website, and I'll put a link in the description. Not a website, but a YouTube video. And let me see if I can find who did that video. But he basically did a comparison of the different golems that are in Thaumcraft, and he also, you know, he shows the comparisons of which golems have more speed versus less speed, more capacity and strength versus less capacity and strength. So it's actually a pretty cool analysis of the different golems that you can have within Thaumcraft. And there it is. His name is Zautos MC. And again, I'll put the link in the description. But basically, the flesh golems are middle of the road. And they're kind of an all-around good use. They have low durability, which we don't really care about. They have a low strength, but they're fairly quick to repair. Well, we don't even care about that. They can carry a little more. So they can carry 4, which is average. Their speed is a little above average, and but importantly, they can carry 2 upgrades. So we can upgrade the carry limit to, a little more. So they can just kind of roam around, and since they're a little quicker, they should be able to, cover more ground, get more. And we can also add, some other different kind of upgrades. And one of those upgrades is, I think, order, if I'm not mistaken. We've already made that one. And there it is here. So basically what it'll do is if it harvests something, then if you put this upgrade on it, then it will replant what it harvested if it can. So that's kind of cool. But we've created a couple of flesh golems. And the flesh golem recipe is to stick a block of flesh. And as I'm going through making these, I'm realizing that I may have to hunt a lot more zombies than I had planned to get more flesh. But I think we've still got about a stack of it left. So we should be okay in the interim. Our golem army is going to be an army of 1 or 2 to start, but we've got lots of time in order to make more. So you make a block of flesh, and you stick it into a crucible with Humanus, Modus, and Spiritus. And I have kind of scoured around to find out what the best recipes are for putting these in. And at this early stage, what I used was 8 trapdoors. Even though the recipe with GregTech is a little costly, we're going to have a tree farm, and we've kind of been chopping down a bunch of trees, so the tree situation isn't too bad. So we made a bunch of trapdoors, and for the modus, you can either use... for the modus we use trapdoors. For the Humanus, you can use rotten flesh, so we used a little extra rotten flesh. And then for the Spiritus, you can use soul sand. So we used 8 of each. Now each one has excess aspects. So when we throw in the block of flesh and we get our flesh golem back, I just shift right click with a wand on the crucible, turns it into flux or taint or whatever you want to call it, and then I have to clean it up and then do the process over again. So we did that twice to get our flesh golems. And then we created 3 cores, because we're going to have 3 of these guys, I think, or maybe 2. At least 2 to start with the tree farm. So we got 3 blank ones, and that's just bricks surrounded by Nitor. And obviously you need this stuff in your wand. So the gather, I think we're going to start with the gather. And so basically you're going back to the crucible again. And we need lucrum and terra. And for those, pretty simple. We have abundant supply. So you can use, we're going to use the emeralds because we have a lot on hand. And we're also going to use dirt, since that is by definition terra. But you know what, I'm set up to do a different one first. So the one we're set up to do actually first is the harvest column, which is, this guy here. Excuse me. So basically you're starting off with a blank golem core, and then you're putting in Messis and Mito, or Macy, crops and harvest. And for crops, we are going to use wheat, and for the harvest, we're going to use hose. That's right, we're going to sacrifice some hose today. So if we go in here and just hold down the shift key, we can see that we get one of the Mito. And for the wheat, we get one. We get 2. Oh, that's good. So we can use an even number of those. I'm glad I caught that. Okay. So we can make 2 of those at a time. Oh, we don't want to make 2 though. We just want to make 1. So we're just gonna waste 1. All right, that's fine. So we just go up here and we stick 5 of these in here because we only want to make 1 harvest core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 and 3, and then chuck that in. There we go. Golem animation core, and we want to scan that. Cool. And we want to scan that guy. Cool. Alright. Oh, we've discovered a new research. What have we discovered? Oh, a clue. But I don't think I can write it down because I put all my... Every time I discover a freaking clue, all my stuff is in my inventory. Or in one of my stupid bags. Oh well. Sucks to be me, I guess. So, we now have our harvest core. So let's do the same for the gather. And for the gather, we are going to use... What are we going to use? Going to use emerald, and we are going to use dirt. And let's make sure these... So emerald is 5. So we only need 1... We only need 1 of the emeralds, which is great. And we need 3 dirt to make 5. So, oh, shoot. I need to take care of that. Well, there's two Terra already in there. And if I wait long enough, maybe we'll have 3 Terra. There we go. Cool. So we just chuck 1 of those in. And then we chuck 1 of those in. And we should be good to go. Chuck 1 of those. What? Oh, it did it. Okay. Alright, so let's clean this up. Yeah. Such a pain, man. Such a pain. This is like one of the stupidest mechanics I think I've ever seen. It serves no purpose. You have to clean it up. There's no easy way to clean it up except for dropping a bucket of water on it. That just makes no sense to me at all. Same with this. Same with this. Same with this. It's not supposed to go away, but if you ventilate it out into the atmosphere, it just keeps going up and up and up. Like, does it, when it hits the ceiling, does it just stop and spread, or does it keep going and disappear? I don't know. And I don't want to find out because we're on a server, and I don't want to have like tons of this stuff up there causing lag. So, and it never disappears, so it's basically block updates. So I don't know. I don't know how best to deal with that. I've been searching, but haven't found anything yet. So let's see. Actually, yeah, let's scan that guy. Okay. And now we want to do our last one, which is our chop. And I'm starting to really like the new, excuse me, the new mechanic, the new research mechanic. It's something that you can work. So when you're kind of a sidetrack here, when you have the research node in here, and actually I think I could probably do one. Decanting. Yeah, I don't have decanting, so I don't have the paper. But basically, if you recall the kind of hexagonal grid, you can find paths between them because we know what all of these are made up of. So you know, it's kind of a logic problem. It's a sort of a computer problem. So you can script it, and I'm sure somebody already has, where you can say I want to get from here to here, and these are how many spots in between, and so that to me is kind of fun. But the best part is that you just right-click it and you get your research note. You don't have to fart around with moving runes around and wasting ink for no reason. So I do like that. But let's get on to chop. Oh crap. Actually, the stream. I was hoping to avoid this. And we need to use the infusion altar twice. Thankfully, we have lots of this stuff. Minor instability. Hopefully, we've mitigated some of that. There's no mention anywhere about, you know, how much this is actually going to help. And personally, I think this looks stupid to have to put heads around here. You can put candles as well, but everybody that I've kind of asked, and anything that I've read, is basically just spam the area with candles. And I was watching a Direwolf 20 video, and he's got this whole friggin' area just spammed with candles and heads, and it looks stupid. I don't know. I can understand the odd head on a pillar to kind of make it look mystical and magical and stuff, but this just doesn't look... And I don't even know if the heads are better than the candles or what the deal is. But I don't know. I think it looks stupid. And I think it's a dumb mechanic. However, it's what we got to deal with. So hopefully the number that I've got there will help with the problems that we've been having. And I need to just make sure that we've got enough of these things. The problem is going to be the axe of the stream. So we're going to have to make 2 of those. And that means we're going to have at least a couple of diamonds on hand. The Great Wood Log's not a big deal. Thaumium axes might be an issue, though it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So we need to just make sure we've got this stuff, and we do. So let me gather my stuff together so that we can try and get this this golem core created. And I actually may make a 3rd axe of this. Well, no, we'll just make 2. And if we don't end up blowing one up, then we can use the other one. And that will actually allow us... That'll give us 3, even though I've made 2, because we've got the one from the kit. And since we're going to make one, then we can actually use that one. So I'll be back in a sec. So I am trying to get things set up for making the axe. And it appears as though Greg Tech has changed the recipe for the Thaumium axe, which is interesting. So it's similar to the way that he's done the recipes for all the other ones. So if you do if you pull up like an iron axe, then you need to have the bronze hammer or a hammer and a file. And you need to have the same thing for this. And same with the shovel, you need a hammer and a file, and you need to make the plate. Although in the case of Thaumcraft, you can actually use the raw ingot, I think. He's also done the same with the armor. So you need to put the stuff into plates, at least for iron anyway, and use a hammer. So it's the same basic recipe, except you're adding the hammer, and you're making these into plates first. The plates you can make from the hammer as well, so it's just extra uses. So let's see. Let's bring up the Thaumium axe. And we need 2 of these. So basically it's the axe with the file and the hammer. So we do that. And we do that. And we put the file there and the hammer there. So it actually does want us to use the plates. It says I can use it. Iron hammer. File. Sticks. It says I can use the ingot. Oh, I can use an ingot and I have to have plates. Okay. Alright. I can work with that. So we need 4 of those. Oh, do I actually have to roll those? I think I do. Unless... This guy, forge hammer. I can't craft it anymore. So it's just a legacy compatibility thing. Alright, so I need to make plates for these guys. So thankfully, I have my rolling machine. And I wish I could move faster in these robes. I'm sure a lot of wizards have said that in their time. Oh crap, did I take it apart? I totally did. Oh man. Alright, so let me just take care of this. And we'll be back in a minute. I tell you, I must not be that observant. I did not need the rolling machine. And in fact, when you throw the ingots in there, it doesn't take them. The Thaumium ones. So you have to use the GregTech ones in the rolling machine. Actually, I'm not even sure the rolling machine works. I think you have to use the alloy smelter. But there is a way you can do it with the hammer. I was looking at the wrong recipe, or not looking at the right recipe at all, which I guess is the same thing. But if you click on the Thaumium plate, you can use the hammer, but you need to put 2 under it to get 1. So I need to have 4. So I'm short on Thaumium, but let's just to verify that this is actually going to work. Where are we? There we are. Okay, so we got 3. So we need to make a few more. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the materials to make those. Then we'll get back to crafting our Axe of the Stream. Okay, excuse me. I think we're ready. We have plenty of... Alright, so what do we need? We have plenty of water, and we have plenty of arbor, or aqua. So now we just need to place this stuff. So we need to have a shard, and a greatwood, greatwood log, and a diamond. And we've got 2 of everything. So let's see, the diamond will go here. Greatwood log will go here. Shard here. Shard here. And then we put the axe in the middle. And then pray. Pray, pray, pray. Okay, there goes the water. Let's go. It's looking good so far. Looking good so far. Cool. 1 Axe of the Stream. Awesome. Alright, let's try that again. Hopefully we have just as much luck. I think we have enough... excuse me, I think we have enough material, or at least essentia, to do the second one. Well, let's make sure. Let's see, we need water. We have plenty of water, and we have plenty of arbor. Alright, so, take 2. See, these heads, they're so annoying to have to walk over. But I guess it did help. Take 2. Oh, crap, we don't have any extras on hand, which means something's gonna blow up. Excuse me. And it's just gonna cause a nightmare. Please, 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 please. Oh, thank God. Cool. Number 2. So now we have 3 Axes of the Stream. That is awesome. Alright, so what do we need now? Excuse me, let's put one of these guys in here. Actually, you know what? We'll keep it on us. There we go. Alright, so what do we need now? So we want to make the golem, the axe core, which is this one, chop. So we need an Axe of the Stream, we need our harvest, and we need 3 iron axes. So I need to go make those, and then so we have arbor on hand. We need to make some mito. I don't think we have any, or if we do... Oh, we do. Not a lot, though. So we need to grab this guy. And what is this guy made of? Nope, 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 nope. Oh, no. Oh, Mito. Mito, Mito. Mito would be hose. So we need more hose. That might be a problem. Alright, let me figure that out, and we'll be back in a minute. And I also got to go make the iron axes anyway, so back in a jiff. Alrighty, here's our mini, modest little tree farm. And so I think originally I was going to have 3 guys, and I think the harvest guy is the one that replants seeds, or plants them. I don't think we're going to need to do that, because we have the order upgrade. So I believe that means that for the chop... Oh, no, the chop guy just chops. So we might have to have a 3rd. Let's play it by ear. I might have to make another golem, damn it. Alright, so what we do is we have these guys here. And I believe we can do a chop. Okay, so let's do the chop first. So we put the guy next to the chest that we want him to put stuff into. Oh, no, we don't. We don't have to do that. We just have to put this guy anywhere. And it's the gather guy we have to put over by the chest. So let's just plop him down here. And then we'll stick the... Actually, let me make 100% sure on that. Golem chop. Okay, lumberjack golems do not replant the trees that have chopped down. Alright. So is it the harvest guy? Replant the crop they just harvested. Okay, so... Oh, you know what? It's the use guys. Okay, it's the use. So I need to make one of these guys in order to replant the saplings. But that's... Okay, so I can do that off camera. That's not a big deal. So let's do the chop. So we put... I guess that's it. Away he goes. Alright, so we'll stick the other guy here in front of this chest. And we'll stick the gather on him. And we will also... No, we don't have to do that. We probably will need to use the order one for the guys that harvest the beans on our bean farm. But we'll get to that soon. There you go. Yeah, buddy. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you can't... Oh, you turd. Are you kidding me? I was wondering if this might be an issue. And apparently it is an issue. So if we have a diamond-locked ender chest, these guys can't put into it. So what I'm going to have to do is put a normal chest down here and have it pump into this guy here. And the same thing over here, we're going to have to pump from this into a normal chest. That bites. Man. Alright, that's fine. Now I'm wondering if this guy will try and go up the stairs. Alright, I think we're going to have to regroup here. Let me see if I can go... Actually, you know what? I've got enough wood here. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at tons of wood. Why can't I just create something here? So we'll stick this in the corner. And we'll make a little chest here. And we'll do this. And then we'll make another one. And put him here. Should be good. Should be fine. There we go. Alright, so I need to get a redstone engine and some pipes here. This kind of blows. Kind of blows. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about this. This has kind of messed me up a bit. So let me think about that and be back. So I'm a dingleberry. So I have to put him on top of the chest, not in front of it. So that's good. I can save myself now this extra crap. And I can fix this wall. I can't tell you how much that was going to annoy me. Alright, so now I need to go back. I need to go back and make a golem core use so that it can replant the seeds. But as I check our time for the episode, I think we have run out of time. We've been going on really long episodes lately, and I'm trying not to do that. So I need to pay more attention when I'm recording. But for now, we will end the episode here, and we'll take care of that in the next episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them below. And until next episode, please do take care.